Hey y'all, Bobby Lovell again here today. Time for another Sunday Funday story. Hope everybody had a good week. This particular story, actually, I want to share with you today is one that Mom had shared a few times. One that happened back in her family long years ago, and don't know how true it is, but I thought I'd share it with you guys today. For those that know any of the history down in kind of the central hill country Texas area around Burnet and Round Rock, back in the 1800s, there was outlaw running around in those part of the world with this gang called Sam Bass. And the way the story goes, Mom said it was her great aunt. So my great great aunt had befriended Sam Bass, and at one time or another, they were together getting water or something down and out of a creek. And my great great aunt always carried a small caliber revolver with her everywhere she went, and somehow in the ordeal, this revolver discharged, went off, and shot her in her thigh. Didn't go all the way through her thigh, but it shot in her thigh, and so she had a wound on her thigh, and she didn't want her family knowing that she knew Sam Bass and was hanging around him, so she kept that a secret. And she knew where Sam Bass hung out, and if any of you have ever been down to the Longhorn Caverns outside of Burnet, that's where he and his gang hung out quite a bit when they would go out and they would rob some of the things that they were robbing, and from banks to stagecoaches. You can read up about him. But anyway, they would go back and they'd hide out in the caverns. And I remember going into the Longhorn Caverns long years ago, and as you first kind of walked in, there was kind of a life-size statue of Sam Bass there at the caverns. But they would go back and they'd hide out there. Well, when they were hiding out in the caverns, my great great aunt would take them food and take them supplies they needed, and then they would go off and do their stuff. And when they came back, she would be there. She'd go back there and help them out and tend to what they're needed and take them food and stuff. And of course, as many outlaws as we know back in the day, don't last very long, don't live to be an old man. And Sam Bass, I think, went into, the way the story goes, went into Round Rock. He was kind of set up for a trap and went into Round Rock and was shot there in Round Rock, and I believe he died the next day. But that was a story that went around with for my great great aunt that knew him, and she swears that she went to her grave with the lead from that bullet in her leg because she didn't want her parents knowing that she knew Sam Bass and was aiding him and his gang. But that was just kind of a story that Mom used to share, and I thought, I'd just kind of share that with you guys today. Go back several years for this particular story on just some things that have been told, and just to kind of keep some memories alive. If we're not sharing those and writing them down, oftentimes we forget those stories. And like I say, I don't know how true it is or not, but that was one Mom used to tell, so I thought I would share it with you guys. And I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful week. Remember, you guys be sweet, I'll be pretty, I love you, and God bless.